Okay, welcome back to class. My name is Abiodun. Today we will be talking about NodeJs. We're going to be introducing you to NodeJs and we're going to start the NodeJs modules. Okay, in the last class we talked about MySQL. MySQL, we installed MySQL and we made sure it was functional. We made sure it was working appropriately. Yes. So, what is Node.js? What is Node.js? Remember that we have, first of all, we have two two kind of developers. We have the front end developers that must be familiar with React, Angular, JS, jQuery, Bootstrap, and a lot of those frameworks. And also we have the back end developers that are also working on the server's application database. And these back end developers should be familiar with PHP, Ruby, JavaScript, Python, Java to build application on tools like MySQL. So if you're a full stack developer, you should be familiar with both the front end and the back end of the website. So precisely now what's Node.js? Node.js is an open source cross-platform runtime environment for executing JavaScript code outside the browser. Now remember your JavaScript on your back end servers. Yeah, so this is what Node.js is all about. And before we move deep into it, the first thing is for us to create a folder, and that's where we're going to be storing our Node.js work. So go to your desktop page, create a folder. Let's say I have new, I'm creating a folder, and I'm calling it Node temp. Or let's put Node works. Okay, let's say Node.js. Node.js works. Okay, Node.js work. Okay, so that's our folder. Then I go to my page. Let me close one. I go to my page, then I open the folder. Remember it's Node.js work. Then I select that folder and it opens. Okay, now the folder is open. Since there is nothing in it, the folder is open. So we're going to be creating, the first thing we're going to create is that we're going to create, yes, the welcome page. So let's control new. And remember that anything at all you're going to be storing is going to be with respect to JS. That's .js. So let's say, okay, the first thing we're going to be building is the Node.js modules. Let's get our Node.js modules. Some modules are inbuilt in Node.js. First thing to do is to require a module. So we're going to be requiring a module. That's the first thing we're going to do. Now, let's save this. Let's say Node.js module.js. Okay, .js. Okay, so we're going to have this then. So, a module is a group of code that contains things. Now, these modules are written by some programmers and are made public so that you can be able to import or require its use. Yes. So, let's get Node.js modules. Now, the first thing is we have var. Okay. Equal to, okay, let's call HTTP. You're trying to make a call. Required. What are you requiring? Require in quote HTTP. Yes, we have var. We're requiring HTTP. Okay, that's the first line. Then we can go to the next part to say, HTTP dot create server. HTTP dot, I want to create server. Create server, then add a function, then what would be the content required, req for required, comma res for respond. So I'm creating a function of this nature. Then I'm going to be inserting some terms there. Then respond or write, what would it display for us? Right head we have 200, comma 200. Then you have another curly bracket which would be content. What would the content be? Content type in quote, then colon, we have another quote, text slash html, text slash html, we have the covering. Then we can respond dot write, then require dot url. We are requiring the url. Yes, we are requiring the url. Then we also respond end. So once it requires the URL, then it ends. What would be its functionality? Display hello world. Hello world would be displayed. Hello world would be displayed. And we have a last bracket. Dot listen. So we're going to be listening through a port. We're going to be listening through a port. That's dot listen through which port now? Let's say 8080. Okay. Then we save this. Yes. Now to run this now, let's see. To run this now, we click on terminal, new terminal. We click on new terminal. Once we click on new terminal, we type the name. That is node name is NodeJS module. NodeJS module.js. Yes. NodeJS module.js. Okay, everything should be in accordance. NodeJS module.js. Okay. Then we'll click on enter. Once you click on enter, we go to our browser, our web browser. Let me open a web browser. Let's use this, the Google Chrome. I'm so used to it. So let's use it. You can use any browser of your choice. So web browser. Then we run our local host. We run our local host. Okay, it's up. Okay, let's run localhost colon then the port 8080. Let's run the port localhost colon 8080. Oh, sorry, this is local. It should be localhost. Yes, look at it. Look at the display. Hello world. So this is NodeJS. So I'm calling it from this. Can you see it? Hello world. It's displaying this straight up. Hello world. Now, we have start code. We're going to be talking about these codes. We have start code 200. We have 404. Yes. So, but for this, this HTTP is HTTP connect a URL property to itself. This HTTP we have here, it connects a URL property to itself. Yes. So, and look at it here. To use the HTTP server and client, one must require HTTP. So that's the first requirement. So that is how it works. That is how it works. So in our next class, we're going to be talking about NodeJS URL module. We're going to be talking about the NodeJS URL module. Remember the URL, what it does. Okay, see you in the next class.